For the first time in the history of my channel, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has come back. So with the release of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, we now have 7 theatrically released Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. So today, I thought it was time for me to stop and rank all 7 of them. Please know that everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion. My name is SDubNation, and you are free to comment down below your very own ranking of all 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, right from the worst to the best, just like me, or you could just do your favorite. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter that's going to pop up on your screen right now, and also comment down below, what is your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? My favorite is Raphael. My favorite color is red, so obviously Raphael, I love them. But with all of that out of the way, without further ado, let's get right into our ranking. Kicking off my list at number 7 for me has got to go to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I've grown up with 1 and 2, but I have never seen 3, and its reputation precedes it. It sucks. This movie sucks. It's terrible. It's just insane how they dropped the ball from the first 2. Like the Jim Henson suits, gone. Replaced with brighter, weirder, and cheaper suits. Then the plot, terrible. The villain is bland. I don't even understand the plot. I don't. I can't even put it into words how bad this movie is. I'm gonna tell you, it starts off like it's trying to copy the new generation TV show. You know that short-lived show with the girl turtle?
Don't you mean the next mutation?
Yeah, that's what it feels like when it first starts off. Like the turtles in time, okay, going to feudal Japan, that sounds interesting. The movie doesn't make it interesting at all. It's a shame the trilogy ended with a bland villain in a cheap-looking film that's a shell of the originals. At number 6 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze. It's only this low because I like others more. But don't get me wrong, I remember watching this movie fondly as a child. I remember everything about this movie. And I mean everything. They dialed back on the violence from the original and upped the camp. The Turtles have this dopey and casual attitude that seems more in line with the cartoon. I love the fact that the characters are more in line with their personalities, especially Donatello. From the original, you really couldn't tell what his personality was. He was more known for his brains in the cartoons, but inside of the original, you couldn't really differentiate him from any other turtle, including Mikey. But in this film, you can see all the turtles have different personalities, and it works for me. The film's central plot, I don't care about. Shredder coming back, I don't care about. The new little mutants that they got going on, that's supposed to be Bebop and Rocksteady, but they never use their names, I don't care about. I faintly remember this film as a kid, but I do remember one thing. And when they revisit it, if anything else, this is the greatest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles moment of all time. Kicking off my top 5 list for me has got to go to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014. The most hype I ever was for a film. I mean, this movie was my life in 2014. It was everywhere. All the kids in school got to lose their mind over the newest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I mean, when it dropped, everybody in the 4th grade was like, yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is back on the big screen. Michael Bay did it. He did Transformers. They didn't know that. But every kid in the 4th grade got to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in theaters opening weekend. And it made me so jealous because I didn't get to see it in theaters. My mom couldn't take me. Back then, we couldn't, go to the movies as often as I do now. It wasn't until months later, but I was just so excited for it. And well, I still like it. Hell, at one point, I loved this movie. The CGI is incredible. The turtles are cool and hulking, and everything dealing with them is great. But once you get into the changes, it goes from weird to why really quick. April naming them and being related to the turtles is weird for me. Also, Megan Fox is April. Okay, if you want to get the horny teenagers in your seats, that's fine. I mean, you did it with Transformers, so it should work here, right? Shredder being a Transformers, look, it looked cool in the trailers, but I also kind of like the idea of just Shredder being this ninja master that can just outskill the turtles without this big hulking suits. But obviously, because they made the turtles so huge and large, there's no way that a little Shredder could defeat them. So they had to put him in a Transformer suit. Even the overcomplicated designs of the turtles with the tattoos and the shades, and even Donnie's design just looks terrible. Even though I kind of really like the tattoos. It's not awful like some people think. It's quite entertaining once the turtles are on screen, but it never felt like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It felt like Michael Bay's attempt to make another Transformers movie. It worked for my generation back in the 4th grade, but once you look at it now, yeah, they kind of went a little bit over the top. For TMNT from 2007, so much nostalgia for this, because I don't know if anyone else used to remember that PSP game from I don't know how many years ago, but I do. I've been in love with this TMNT since 2009. I remember playing that PSP game, not even knowing what I was even playing. I just knew I saw a blue ninja, a red ninja, an orange ninja, and a purple ninja. But I loved it. I loved it. And every time that I rewatch this movie, which I've only seen this movie 2 times, I love that nostalgia hits me because it is my life. This is my life. Ninja Turtles was my life. While the animation is unique, when it comes to the city and the Turtles' designs, some scenes look epic and others look terrible. I appreciated the mature tone this movie goes for. I mean, the Turtles were a team that united to defeat the Shredder. And once that team served its purpose, they disbanded. They went off. The Turtles are older now. They're not really teenagers anymore. So I love the fact that they focused on the tensions between the characters. And I think that's where this movie excels at. Every other Ninja Turtle film doesn't have this much of a mature story like this one. And this one is animated. But when it comes to the actual plot of the film, it's weak. But the dynamics are just so rich. It gets boring at times, but I think the moment that I knew that this movie would be high up on my list was the ultimate head of collision between Raphael and Leonardo. So much history between these two, and you can clearly understand why each person is fighting. This movie's great. Kicking off my top 3 list for me has got to go to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I love this movie. I don't care. I don't care if it touches on your toes of your childhood. This movie rocks harder than that goddamn rhino. It's fun, and it tries to appeal to the cartoon fans, and it appealed to me. When this movie first came out, it was everywhere as well. The Ninja Turtles are finally back in a sequel. We got Bebop and Rocksteady. We got Tyler Perry playing Baxter Stockman. We got Crane coming into the mix. We got Casey Jones. We got Stephen Amell playing Casey Jones, hot off the trails of Arrow. Like, we're going bigger and better. And maybe, just maybe, it's handling too much. But I don't care. I loved watching this movie and revisiting this movie as well. They toned down the blockbuster Transformer franchise that they were trying to make it into, and they upped the green hue. They changed the designs for the better, and it just feels like a more structured story, introducing all of our favorites, like I said, with Bebop and Rocksteady, Baxter Stockman, Krang, and even Casey Jones. With that being said, we have so much going on that it falls into the trap of too many plot lines, just like Iron Man 2 and Amazing Spider-Man 2, but where I also give those films props for giving us interesting plot lines that could work as their own films. And this movie does that. All of these plot lines in this film could work as their own movie. Just jumbled together, not as much. Stephen Amell's Casey Jones is weird casting, of course, because up to this time, I've never seen him as an actor. And then I watched Arrow, and then I'm like, well, it's kind of like a weird comparison to compare Casey Jones to Oliver Queen, which I really think that they should have went more into the Oliver Queen route. The team dynamic is great. You get to see how Leo's pride kind of takes over the entire team and leads into some great arguments, some great team dynamic inside of the film. Makes him feel as though, since he is the leader, he can make the biggest decisions for the team, which he can't. And it's all about the team. I love the fact that this movie is a step up from his predecessor. If it wasn't for my number 2, this would be number 2. My runner-up is the newest edition, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. I think the best thing about this movie is that it's more structured than Out of the Shadows. That's why I have it up at number 2. It's a delightful film that's not only for the Turtle fans, but for newcomers. It has enough charm and entertainment to appeal to younger viewers, but also does something new with the Turtles for older viewers. While it could be compared to Spider-Verse, it does something new and unique and unlike anything I've seen before in animation. I have my issues with the ending, which I talked about in my review. You can check that out in the link in the description, and also some of the voice acting as well. But this film does wonders for putting an emphasis on the teens in the title. I had a blast with this film, and I would say go check it out solely for Ice Cube's Superfly. But coming in at my number one for me has got to go to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990. While my generation's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was 2014 to 2016, this and TMNT 07 is what I grew up with. These were my Turtles. I grew up with the 2003 cartoon, 2012 cartoon, 1990, and TMNT. Even though 2014 and 2016 is my generation's, I was so hyped for that. I grew up with those cartoons and those versions of the Turtles. So when I was rewatching this film, all of the nostalgia was just hitting me. All the nostalgia of just me begging my mom to rent this movie so then we can watch it. And even her getting invested in it because she knows the Ninja Turtles very well. They came out when she was young. So it was like I was having this bonding experience with my mom. And now my whole world is Ninja Turtles. I want Ninja Turtles everything. So maybe I'm a little bit biased. Just like a lot of people, a lot of adults have 1990 as their favorite. It's my favorite because I have bias towards it. It's the first Ninja Turtles movie that I really sat down to watch. I still think that the perfect adaptation of the Ninja Turtles is the 2003 cartoon, but I think that this film is a perfect mix of both the mature and darkness of the comics and the lightheartedness of the cartoons. There's so much sincerity in all of the Turtles. There's vulnerability as well. We understand each Turtle's personality, except for Donatello, ironically. This is the quintessential origin story for the Ninja Turtles. It's still the best that they have ever done with the Ninja Turtles, being able to mix in the comics and the TV show alike. It may be dosed in 80s culture, but 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has to come in at number one. Alright guys, that is it for the ranking. Please know that everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion. My list was certainly not the right list. It was just my list, and you are free to comment down below your very own ranking of all 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies ranked from the worst to the best, just like me. Or you could just do your favorite. You can even add in the rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I didn't because it's not theatrically released, but you can if you would like to. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter that's going to pop up on the screen right now so you can see when I see new movies or TV shows, be updated on the channel. And with all of that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Peace.